Morty is the newest character in MultiVersus, an intelligent 14-year-old but anxious. Morty is Rick's grandson and is Rick's companion in adventures. He has two emotes. The first emote, he drinks orange juice, followed by a highly excited and happy expression. Maybe Morty Extreme likes orange juice. And Morty's dance animation he does in Head Bent Over, which appeared in an episode by the same name. Shaggy became somewhat of an internet meme in the past few years, which is why most of the emotes with him are so funny. The best thing about these emotes is that they're both in character for Shaggy, and completely out of character. This makes them extremely fun to watch and do against other players as a sign of BM. I guess I can't get behind Batman's emotes in this game, especially since they don't really fit the character. They are not really serious, and that's his whole persona. So in my opinion, it just doesn't work too well. At least he plays well as a character though, so not all hope is lost. The emotes don't really suit Batman, especially the second one. It's funnier in tone, but just doesn't work for the character at hand. Stupid Bat Butterfingers. Really? Taz has the most basic emotes. I guess it makes sense since you can't really do much in terms of emotes for a character that doesn't really have much of a personality. However, these are still kinda fun, I guess, especially the whistle. Garnet is one of the few characters that truly makes that show lovable, and it's great to see that her emotes are just as fantastic and colorful as her character. Her loving personality shines in her first emote as she makes a heart sign. This second emote with the car showcases the goofiness of Steven Universe perfectly. Jake the dog has to be one of the most iconic modern Cartoon Network characters. The character's flexibility is iconic, and his personality is iconic, and his voice is the most iconic of all. These emotes perfectly showcase all of those qualities.
It's time for a ham bone break.
Finn is the life of the party wherever he goes, and that's definitely true for MultiVersus. His moveset is spectacular, but aside from his dance emote, the other one is a bit lackluster to say the least. Now, Arya's voice lines are genuinely fantastic, especially since Maisie Williams does great voice work here in particular. We also have some okay-ish emotes that try to make her dark and vengeful personality shine, but ultimately aren't as good as some of the others. Harley Quinn was originally introduced in Batman the Animated Series, and since then has become a huge staple in Batman media. Her flamboyant and flirty personality is displayed in her voice lines perfectly, but even better in her emotes. The King is in MultiVersus, and he has some cool emotes. He's showcasing his basketball skills in the first one, and it has some cool voice lines. However, the second one is just as good too. In fact, it's even better. The little dance that he does feels genuinely great in MultiVersus and fits the Space Jam tone of the game. Of course, Wonder Woman on the other hand could definitely use some good emotes. She has two of them, and both of them are kinda lackluster. The first is just a victory pose where she stands as a symbol of Amazonian strength, while the second one is her weightlifting. There really could have been so many better emotes. At least one should have had the lasso of truth. Superman might be genuinely overpowered in the game, but his emotes are anything but good in MultiVersus. Not only are these some of the plainest emotes in the game, they're also both devoid of any voice lines. The Iron Giant, on the other hand, receives emotes that make his personality shine. In the first one, the big friendly metal man is squatting down and introducing himself with a wave to the player. Meanwhile, in the second one, he pulls his arm out and scratches his back with it. These are quirky and well animated, and fit both the game and the character quite well. Steven Universe himself is also in MultiVersus, albeit his emotes are a bit bland. The first is his signature awing that everyone's aware of, and in the second emote he eats a cat ice cream sandwich. Both of the emotes are very well animated, but they're not very detailed. I would have liked something with more heart to it, and they definitely could have done it too. Raindog is the only original creation in this game, and he's actually kinda cool. His emotes are also quite unique to him, and both his little dance and the tail wiggle he does are super cute. Now, Velma's emotes are fantastic. Both of Velma's emotes fit her personality perfectly. The voice lines are great, and the dialogue is well written. The dance she does is also really well animated, seeming right out of the Scooby-Doo animated series. Bugs Bunny is perhaps one of the most iconic characters of all time, and he's just as iconic in MultiVersus as he is universally. His emote that looks like a victory celebration is fantastic, especially due to the voice acting being properly done. The little dance he does also fits his character really well, and the game's art style just enhances it. The animation is great as well. Tom and Jerry have perhaps the funniest emotes in the game. Since this is the only pick in MultiVersus where you have two characters at once, they interact in their emotes. The handshake shows malicious intent on both their ends. Meanwhile, the second emote sees Jerry hammering Tom's foot exactly the way he does in the original cartoons.